Brian the Geek here, and I'm excited because I am about to watch Obi-Wan. I'm not going to actually record my reaction because it'll literally just be me like staring blankly at the screen as I soak it all in, but I will definitely be giving my post-episode thoughts, and so excited, so hyped. I've got my coffee here and got some breakfast as well. So it's gonna be a good time, so hyped. So now you're about to go to my post-episode 1 reaction now. Alright, so I just finished episode 1 of Kenobi, and obviously my thoughts are going crazy. My initial thought, the opening scene with Order 66, holy moly, that was amazing. They had the exact same aesthetic as they did in the flashback with Grogu and Book of Boba Fett. So I'm sure there was some coordination with the art departments there to make sure everything looked really congruent. But amazing, looked fantastic. Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, killing it, absolutely freaking killing it. Every scene he was in felt so good. I so enjoyed watching him on screen. I also really enjoyed Joel Edgerton as Owen. I felt like that gap between the Owen in episode 2 and 3 and the Owen of episode 4 is really being breached. You could see him go from like kind of this nice, friendly, kind of young idealistic dude to getting more jaded. I like that they're calling Obi-Wan Ben. So we kind of have that gap bridged. I appreciated that they didn't really have Obi-Wan directly interact with Luke. That's good. I hope that they kind of keep that up in the series since he's sort of a mysterious character for Luke in episode 4. But I do like that, you know, he and Owen are interacting. As far as, I'm not sure if you pronounce it Reva or Reva because they've always called her third sister. I was hoping that there might be some clarity, but I'll call her Reva because that is how I've heard it said more by the online community. I don't know if that's right or not, but Reva, so far enjoying her pretty much. I feel like maybe she could have pushed the darkness just a little bit more in some of her performance, but I do like some of the brutality, you know, just chopping someone's hand off, threatening Owen, hanging the Jedi. I know in some of the leaks and stuff, it had seemed like this guy was gonna maybe have a little bit bigger of a role, but he was literally in like 3 scenes and died. And so that is what it is, but pretty interesting that he didn't actually play that much of a role. As far as Leia stuff, still kind of taking a little bit to get used to it. I think I probably will. Just, you know, obviously we've never really seen a young Leia. I feel like kind of the portrayal is fairly consistent. It's just taken me a little bit to get used to it in my head. You know, I don't have any major issues with it. Again, Bale feels right at home, you know, very consistent with his portrayal in the prequels and in Rogue One. And his wife, obviously we didn't really see that much from the actress who played her in episode 3, but still feels very consistent. I didn't feel any incongruity from watching the, you know, the kind of the recap that they had at the beginning with this actress. I do want to add that the recap was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed that. It got me right into it, and I enjoyed Obi-Wan's kind of PTSD flashbacks, how they're using the prequels and really kind of tying it all together. It's nice that they're not afraid of the prequels in this series. Obviously they couldn't be because it's, you know, Obi-Wan. They're not shying away from it the way that like the sequel trilogy did, kind of pretending that it didn't exist. It's very much connecting all that tissue. I love that they were able to bring back all the same actors for, you know, for obviously Obi-Wan, for Vader. We haven't seen Vader yet, but we will, I'm sure. And, you know, Owen, all that. We haven't seen that much from young Luke, but he seems to be doing a great job in the one scene that we saw a little bit of him in. I like that they're using him sparingly. You know, I didn't absolutely love kind of the chase scene with Leia where they captured her. I felt like the bad guys were kind of ran the line of being a little stupid. You know, just like running into trees and tripping over stuff and whatnot. Felt like maybe they could have like cut that down and You know, obviously they want to show that Leia is able to take care of herself and all that, but felt like maybe shorten that scene a little and make the bad guys a little less stupid. But I did enjoy, you know, like her insulting her cousin, that scene that with her and Bale, you know, kind of having that heart to heart was really nice. So there's a lot that I like. You know, there's a few things take me a little bit to get used to, but overall I've got a very positive feeling. Let's talk a little bit more about the bad guys, the Inquisitors. I've got zero problems with the Grand Inquisitor. You know, him looking and sounding different than in Rebels. He's very intimidating, very cool. I can't remember what the other guy's name is, the guy with kind of the avocado green face. I know he was in Rebels too, but he seems to be doing just a fine job as far as Reva or Reva, whichever it is. You know, again, I mentioned a little bit earlier, felt like maybe Moses Ingram could have pushed the performance in the darkness just a little bit more, but I did enjoy kind of those more brutal moments, kind of that reckless nature that she has. She's not necessarily quite living up to Trilla, who's kind of my maybe comparison for her. And Trilla, for those of you who don't know, is the main antagonist of Jedi Fallen Order, who was the second sister. That said, definitely going to give it more time to develop, and I'm not like, oh, I hate her or anything like that, just hoping that they'll push that darkness even further and make her even more intimidating. So yeah, so that's really kind of all of my off-the-cuff thoughts on Obi-Wan Episode 1. I'll definitely make some videos breaking it down a little bit further, but now I'm going to get right into Episode 2. So super stoked about that. I'll see you guys after I've watched Episode 2.